Hello YouTube, this is Dadmore1079 and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Masterpiece Skywarp version 2.0, and we shall first take a look at the packaging real quick. Let me get him out of the way. As you can see, nice artwork on the box, little reflection, so if you can see me, hello. Nice little little artwork on the box of him in his robot mode in jet mode. On the top of the box, Transformers Masterpiece Skywarp and all that good stuff. Side of the box, him in his jet mode with his effects parts. Him with all of the good little stuff. Them reenacting some scenes from the intro of the G1 Transformers. Him where you get some of the scenes with the guns and all that. Little accessories here in there. Faces as well, plus what they come with, how tall he is, at that, and that is it for this. And pretty much like the Masterpiece Starscream, it does come in a protective sleeve, which I'm thankful it did, because during transit, as you can see, lots of dings and everything on this box. Actually, sorry about that if you helped that in the video. But now let us take a look at what we came here for, which is Masterpiece Skywarp. As you can see, he is just basically a repaint of Masterpiece Starscream, but in just a nice like matte black color in gray and purple. For me, I really like how some of these Skywarps turn out. They almost look better than the other ones, but for me, I have never gotten all three Seekers at once. I will be trying to get Thundercracker when I decide to purchase him. So prepare for maybe that future video somewhere down the line. But let's take a close little look at him. Nice, beautiful jet mode, just like Starscream. Same G1 Decepticon logos and everything. Nice little thruster jets. Everything at the bottom, pretty much. And let us get a little side. Let's get a size comparison going on. Here he is next to, of course, Starscream, the original one. As you can see, how they are next to each other. All nice and like that. So it'll be very good when I do get Thundercracker to have all three Seekers. But let's put him off to the side for now. Here he is also next to Voyager class Skyquake. Here he is next to Voyager class Scourge, I believe. Yes, this is Scourge and the other one was Cyclonus. That's what it was. And of course, Leader class Jetfire. Pretty much they are alike. And if you want to see just, oops, sorry, I kicked the camera. If you pretty much want to see how it is lengthwise, how tall the jet mode is, here he is standing on his fins next to my Legacy lightsaber. Pretty much he's taller. In this, for the people that have watched my previous Starscream review, I will not go in as much depth and detail in the transformation as I did that one. So if you want to go see how they transform, since they are exactly the same, I will put a little thing at the top right hand corner of the screen for you to go see that review. But pretty much I'll go into a little bit if you haven't. Pretty much, like always, I'm going to flip up the landing gear and fold it all back in. Untab the wings so we can get everything else loose. And I will say this, unlike Starscream, which I have had for a while, so maybe it was the same way, but I feel like he was a lot tighter out of the box. Let's untap the wings real quick. Oops, forget that part always. Lift them up if they'll untab. Oh, there, that'll probably help. Part always. I'll always get the legs done first. Tab them. Fold them out. Fold out that. Push in the thrusters. Fold the little wings in. Pop them out. Fold them down. Fold them in. Fold that little bit out. Make sure they go in. There you go with one leg. Also, flip that little bits up. Snap it in, flip that out. Oops. Flip that around. Flip that. There you go. There you are with the legs. Now for pretty much the arms, just to get them out of the way for folding up these wings. Because you want to make sure that's all out of the way so they can have clearance to do that. Pull them out, toss them around. Flip that little cannon around. If it wants to play nice. I think I said once before, if you don't want to, you can take off the null rays. I've just gotten used to the transformation. I don't worry about it as much. Let's see here if I can get it out. Yes, there's that. Oops. Gotta fold that around. Give that some clearance. There we go. Folding that up and around. Come on, get over. Sorry if you can't see this. I'm trying my best here. There we go. Make sure that's all snug and secure. There you go, pretty much the arms. I'll flip those hands out later. But now the wings, just so you can get them out of the way. Fold these little bits up. Want to fold these wings right here like that. So you can flip these little things right here and out of the way and fold these wings again inwards. And pretty much unpop this wing right here if it will come. Like I said, these are a lot tighter. Let me get the camera going up a little bit. Flip this wing, this little thing right here around. Oh, first fold these in, fold that down and around, and then little tab there into that little slot there. Make sure it's good and tight and secure. There you got a wing folded up like that. Second verse, same as the first. Fold that around. Let me do this a little bit. These wings. Oh, that one just proved me wrong. Flip, flip. There you go. Tab that in. And there you go with the wings. Pretty much now, get them out of the way. Untab this from the cockpit. But you can either do this step now or later. All you have to do is rotate the nose cone, if I remember which way it goes. It goes that way, so that goes up. I forgot to tell you, little radar dish in there, and the cockpit does open for a little seat. Just fold that down so you get out of the way. Now you gotta untab this whole assembly by squeezing it, which also the cockpit will come out. And fold those little things up. Then you can fold it like that and tuck that all in. Pretty much fold this around to hide this little bit if it wants to go in for me. Come on, there we go. Make sure those little things are flipped up. So you can pretty much rotate this whole little assembly after you flip these little panels right here out of the way. So his head can have some clearance, but before you do that, I always want to make sure his back is straight as can be to flip these out, because those little tabs right there that tab into his arms right there kind of get in the way at times, but if you get it just right, they'll go right away. And also squeeze his head so it goes right through the hole at the top. And I'm gonna fold it up on those joints too and push it up while you're doing this. And make sure that little flap right there is on its down so you can plug it all in nice and securely like that. Make sure this little bit is all tabbed in, tab, so it's all secure like that. Accordioned other way. There you go. Make sure that this is folded down correctly so these lay properly and nice and securely. That needs to not be like that, so give me a second. There we go. And everything comes untabbed, of course, when I fix it. Are we good? Yep, I think we're good there. And you just want to fold these back. And now the part where I wish I had nails. Well, only when I'm taking these hands out, because these are stupid tight almost. Fold that up while I'm here. Unfold this little laser cannon. Let me do this one. Also this, if you see these little things here, I'm most likely thinking that these can plug in with Starscream's extra little accessories, which actually he does not come with as much as Starscream does. I will show you here in a second. Fold out that hand. Flip out the laser cannon. Sorry about my printer, it's gone stupid. Straighten him up. There we good, yes we're good, and I think we are good, and there he is. Masterpiece Skywarp in all of his lovely purple and black and silver glory. First, let us take a nice little look at his face. His nice little smirking face, which this thing came untabbed again. There we go, sorry about that. Yes, a nice little smirking face, which I will get to with his accessories here in a second. But lovely little look. He does have the same little missile pods as Starscream. Same type of reticulation, nice little soft little ratchet joint here. Nice little bend at the elbow. All fingers are articulated on each little hin, which is good. Get his hand back a certain way. Legs are the same. Go out with the skirt, back, bend there, little pivot there, and pretty much, like I said, he's the same mold, he's just a different colored, and like I said, and also this, if you noticed, on the box here, that this is painted. not on my copy. It's not. This is that of clear plastic like Starscream, which I will show in a second. But let us get into his accessories. Besides his standardized null rays, he does come with all the same little bits and pieces of effects parts as Starscream, which you can get now multiple different ones if you want. This nice little big one. This nice little blasting one. And this little nice one. And also he does come with something different technically than what Starscream has. His little effects parts for his flames are yellow, not purple, which I'm sorry that I did not show you how they looked with him in robot mode, or jet mode. I do apologize for that. I forgot to unbox this, so anyway, get all this stuff out. So I do apologize. And like Starscream, he does come with a little Megatron blaster, which can connect with all the same parts. And like Starscream, sadly enough, neither of them can hold Megatron right here. Let me unfold his hand real quick. And these are tight little fingers, and they still can't hold him as well. I think Starscream can hold them the best. I bet Thundercracker will probably be the one that doesn't come with him. Can't. Yeah. He doesn't really like to tab in to that little slot right there. So I can kind of get him to hold him, but not really. As you see, I took it out very easily, like. And I'm gonna show them to you. I'm not gonna put them on, sadly enough, because this one actually as I mentioned before, he does have a nice little different face. His face is a lot different than Starscream's face. But unlike Starscream's first face that he comes standardized with, which one is it? This face here is extremely loose on him. I was able to just tap on his head for a little bit, facing him downwards, and this one just popped off, sadly enough. So I gave him the little smirking face that he has now, which I actually like more. Which he has two other little faces right here. A little, I guess, smirky face and like a screaming, like maybe attacking face. But most likely I'll keep him with this face since this one is more secure. And also I forgot to show, he does come with a little collector's card here. Nice little picture on the front. His stats, and I guess this is a little bio. If you can read Japanese, go right ahead and feel free to read it. And he does come with a stand as well. Included stand for the Seeker, so I will be able to connect these two together and them in robot mode and have them standing and posing, or them in jet mode. I probably will keep them in robot mode once I get Thundercracker so they can replicate one scene from the cartoon. And let us get now down to size comparisons. And here he is next to Masterpiece Starscream, the original mold. As you can see them next together, they are quite nice looking next to one another. And as you can probably see, his face is a lot lighter than Starscream's is right there. So there we go on that. Here he is next to Leader Class Overlord. He wants to get in camera. There he is. Here he is next to the Voyager class Transformers Prime Starscream. Another one of my older reviews back before I started using my phone. And here he is next to Deluxe class Transformers Combiner Wars G2 Brawl. Another review, as you can see there. And of course, as always, here he is next to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. As you can see how they stand next to each other. And since you can see it in the background, again, here he is next to my Legacy lightsaber. And there we have it. That is pretty much all the things right here for Masterpiece Skywarp. And I do know if you get all three of them, and you send, I guess, in QR codes from the boxes, you can get Starscream here, his coronation outfit. Gives him his crown, his cape, the shoulder pads, and everything. But you have to live in Japan. That's the only thing about it. That is the only thing about all of these masterpieces that are Japanese solely exclusive. So even if you get all these guys here in America, which I do plan on, I will not be able to get Starscream's coronation outfit, sadly. You need a Japanese address, which I could get the third-party company ones, but I'd rather get the stuff from the actual company. But there you go. So I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell to notify you anytime that I post a video or go live. And please leave your comments down below and tell me, out of these two, which one do you like more? The color scheme for Skywarp or Starscream? I kind of like this one's color scheme for jet mode, but I do like Starscream overall. And I do like that these are inspiration of their original 80s counterparts from the show. And on that note, hope you'll have a great rest of your day, and I shall catch y'all in the next one. See ya.